Oh yeah, baby, it's Throwback Thursday, where we get to show you some of the dumbest public servants in the history of First Amendment auditing and cop watching. Today's videos are going to be showcasing a couple of classics from Bay Area Transparency and On Your Oath, featuring some of their most legendary takedowns of some of the worst and infamous public servants that we have ever seen. We sincerely hope you all enjoyed today's video, but first we have a very important message for the rest of you watching. So let's go ahead and paint a picture in our heads, alright? Let's say you get involved in any kind of police interaction you can think of, whether that be a traffic stop, them showing up at your house, them being involved in public, whatever. Just name a scenario and go with it. Now let's say in this imaginary police interaction, you have just about every tool you can think of to counteract their tyranny. You know your rights and the law, you have cameras out the wazoo, your doors are locked, etc. The only issue is most cops in America have proven that they don't care about we the people, nor do they care about what we know. So they're pretty much going to do whatever they want, essentially. In this scenario, you would need an attorney present with you at all times. But ROR, you might be saying. Attorneys are insanely expensive and rare. What makes you think that we regular people could possibly get one on our hands? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's where Long Island Audit and Lackluster come in with their legendary one-of-a-kind app, Attorney Shield. This wonderful app and website is the one and only place where you can have yourself an attorney on speed dial. To have an attorney present with you at all times in any police interaction, day or night, rain or shine, you name it. Attorney Shield has access to hundreds of licensed attorneys, and there are many instances in which people have already used this app and have found great success with it. Take these for example.
I asked you if I pulled you over, if I pulled your client over.
Okay, do you think this is a game, ma'am?
No, I'm just doing my job.
I also am doing my job. I also am doing my job, ma'am. And you can address your questions to me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need a valid driver's license and insurance card.
Okay, she can provide those.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Ward, you understand that they don't have a right to search your home without a warrant, correct?
I told them they cannot enter the house without a warrant.
Well, there's a difference between entering the house and doing a protective sweep to make sure there's not somebody in there pointing a gun at me right now.
Yes, sir, but you understand that he doesn't have to give you permission to enter his home.
Another good feature to mention about Attorney Shield is that even if you do get arrested, if you have Attorney Shield active, the police cannot shut off your video without a secret passcode. We at RR have Attorney Shield for ourselves, and although we thankfully I've never had to use it yet, there's just so many features with that app that we couldn't possibly name it all in one segment. So if you all want to see it for yourselves, be sure to check out the link down below in the description or pinned comment to see the plans that Attorney Shield has to offer, and if you use our promo code ROR1776, you can get your first purchase 10% off. Make sure to check that out immediately to get yourself prepared for any police interaction that you can think of. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right back to it.
No, I'm talking to you. Stop. No, stop. Why are you taking, I just need to know why you're taking pictures.
You don't need to know anything.
Yeah, I need to
Back
know.
up from me.
Why are you taking
Back
pictures?
up from me.
Why are you taking pictures?
Back up from me.
Why are you taking pictures?
Who do you think you are?
Why
are you touching me?
Why are you touching me?
Why are you touching me?
Why are you taking pictures?
Why are you touching me?
Hang on for a minute. I'm asking you.
Get off me.
Why are you taking pictures?
You touching me?
Are you on parole? Are you on parole?
Who the f are you?
Are you
That guy
Walk up and get in somebody's face and start touching them?
Yeah, I
really
need
should have
to
been
find out. It's
arrested.
agent safety, actually.
That
No,
parole
it's not.
officer should have been
You got
arrested.
nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I need to find out.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you, man. You walked up to me all crazy and started trying to grab me and stop me and stuff. You can't do that.
You're trespassing.
You
right
can't
now.
walk up to people and touch them.
You're trespassing right
Do you
now.
understand that? What if I walked up to you and started grabbing you and touching you?
You
Would you
wouldn't
be
do that
comfortable
because
with
I have
that?
my badge on.
Your badge. Your badge means nothing to
Okay.
me. It means nothing to me.
Okay.
You're nobody, bro. Without that badge, take it off.
Okay.
And that's why we
That's
gotta
fine, dude.
love Bay Area
Walk up and grab
transparency.
people.
You're on private property.
You can't walk up and grab people like that. Don't you get that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know who you are. I didn't start grabbing you. And look how close you're getting to me.
No, I just need to find out why you're here.
This dude. I'm busy.
Busy doing what?
Doing what I need to do.
Busy doing what?
Doing what I need to do.
You are trespassing. I'm going to actually call the San Jose PD. I'm going to have you arrested if you don't leave.
Do what you want, bro. Unfortunately, you don't know the law.
You are on state property.
State property.
Yeah. What is your business here? Are you on parole?
State property. What's that mean?
Are you on parole?
What's state property mean?
I'm asking
Let's
you
go
questions.
from there.
Are you on parole?
No, I'm asking you questions.
Are you on parole?
Hey, you're not in control here.
Yeah,
I don't know if
this is our
I don't know if
building.
you've noticed that. What's state property?
What, are you on parole?
What is state property?
Are you on parole?
What is state property? Do you understand what state property is?
You are trespassing right now.
What is state property? Let's go from there. You messed up first thing by walking right up to me and grabbing me.
You have no business.
What is
being here in
state
the parking lot.
property? What is state property? You don't need to know who I am. It's none of your business.
You might be.
It's none of your business.
Into our vehicles.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know.
What they always say that.
You have that I'm breaking into vehicles.
Ridiculous.
Taking pictures. So the only reason you're stopping me is because I'm taking pictures?
Let me talk real quick.
Nah, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
So eventually the cops do show up, but what do you think they decide to do? Well, here's a brief rundown of that situation.
Multiple cars actually down there.
So this is the part where he gets told there's nothing you can do.
We don't, unfortunately. But we've had issues actually in the past. So I don't know what this guy's business is, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Well, sounds like and looks like he's a First Amendment auditor.
I've never heard of those guys.
Document. So what they do is they go to public facilities, normally like a parole office, mail offices, police departments. They go to courthouses. What they do, they report. They go into public places, kind of just like I'm repeating myself there. But they go to places where there's technically, and the law says there's no expectation of privacy due to it being a public parking lot.
And these are things I've already told you, but you wouldn't listen to me.
And kaboom, that guy got owned, baby. That was beautiful to see. Definitely a good reason as to why that's one of the biggest videos on Bay Area Transparency's channel. Those cops made it very clear that there is no expectation of privacy in public, so what more is there really to it? Aside from me once again saying that I simply don't want cops to defend our rights and honor their oath just because they're dealing with a First Amendment auditor. Oh, speaking of honor your oath, do you all remember when he got arrested in 2013 by the infamous Deputy Brian Stoll, taking place in Brevard County, Florida, of course? I don't really need to show you what happened in that video. All I really need to tell you is that he was unlawfully trespassed and then unlawfully arrested in spite of obeying unlawful orders by Brian Stoll, to which those charges were dismissed before even the first court date. And when Jeff Gray took this man to court, this is what he had to say during his deposition, proving why he is one of the stupidest cops to ever exist in the history of First Amendment auditing.
How did he interfere with the traffic stop?
Well, again, it's almost 4 years ago, so I'll go off my best of my recollection, but...
Please do.
He did something to cause Deputy Cook to stop his investigation, or he interfered somehow to cause him to stop his traffic stop to call for a backup unit.
Keyword something somehow. He doesn't know.
So, therefore, he
Hilarious.
interfered. That's an obstruction.
And to the best of your knowledge, as you sit here today, the only thing of which you're aware, as we sit here today, that Mr. Gray did or omitted to do, that prompted Deputy Cook to call for backup was photograph and or video record Deputy Cook's traffic stop. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're not aware of Mr. Gray having done anything else to prompt Deputy Cook to call for backup. Is that right?
Correct.
And yet, your testimony is also that it sounds to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that because Mr. Gray's photography and or videography prompted Deputy Cook to call for backup, Mr. Gray committed the crime of obstructing the traffic stop. Is that correct?
Yes. His actions caused him to stop his traffic stop, interfered with his traffic stop.
Which is video recording. That's his actions.
And the actions to which you refer that were undertaken by Mr. Gray were photography and or videography, right?
I'm going to assume being too close to it also, which is what made him nervous.
Your testimony was that Mr. Gray was 35 feet from him. Is that correct?
Approximately, yes.
And so by photographing and or video recording Deputy Cook from 35 feet away, Mr. Gray committed the crime of obstructing Deputy Cook's traffic stop. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
From being 35 feet away.
That day, did Deputy Cook, you asked Mr. Gray to move closer to the building.
Yes.
What happened next?
I made contact with the director or manager of the building and asked her if she wanted him removed from the property.
And what did she say?
Yes.
And what did you do then?
I went back and talked to Mr. Gray, told him now he's trespassing and he had to leave the property.
Did Mr. Gray exit the private property onto and enter the right-of-way?
Yes.
And did he do that prior to you arresting him?
Yes.
And still charged him with trespassing, mind you, along with obstruction of justice. That deposition really does speak for itself. It's no wonder why Brian Stoll is considered one of the stupidest cops to ever exist. I find that hilarious. He admits that Jeff Gray was well over 35 feet away from this traffic stop, well far enough away for him to not commit any kind of obstruction whatsoever. He admits that Jeff Gray went onto public property after being told to do so before he was arrested for trespassing. And you know what the worst part is about all this? As far as we know, Brian Stoll is still a deputy of Brevard County Sheriff's Office, even after this utterly embarrassing deposition of his. You know, it really does feel great to go back to some of these classics, in my humble opinion, but what are all of your thoughts? We'd love for you to share with us in the comments down below. Make sure to go subscribe to Bay Area Transparency as well as Honor Your Oath. Check out more of their content similar to these, and let them both know that recognizing a right said hello. Don't forget about our links down below to Attorney Shield, including our promo code of ROR1776, and with that being said, we the people, thank you once again for watching. Just make sure you do one thing for us, and that's to not stop loving the Constitution.